and welcome back to another SimpleRockets 2 video. Today's video, we're going to be going back to the moon. Because if you watched last video, you're going to see that we got to the moon, but not very well. It was one of the worst moon landings you could probably ever watch. Not good, not good. Alright, so now what we're going to do, get into the sky, then get ourselves into a low Drew orbit. Might not exactly be even, but that's okay. We're not launching a space station or anything. We are just launching a rocket to the moon. So here we are, almost ready for staging. There's staging and rockets going. No, not rockets, but the rocket engine's just going nuts. Alright, so now we're making the burn node. So that way we can get into an orbit. The, what did I call it? The get me in orbit burn? Yeah, I think that's what it's called. If not, well, just know I done goofed. I did not mean to do that inclination change there. That was an accident. I thought I was messing with the blue one, but I wasn't. So that happened. Now look at this. Beautiful, beautiful rocket. Just soaring in the vacuum of space. For some reason, it still makes sound. Very unrealistic. Goodness, game. Be more realistic, game. My gosh, game. Well, I guess most of the game would be soundless if they didn't do any sound in the actual game, so guess that's a good idea. Alright, I tried to get it as close as I could here. But in the end, I had to go back and do a mid-course correction. So here we are, warping to the burn. And burn is started. Now we're just gonna, burn to around 30% fuel. I think that's where it let off. Can't really remember. Yep, there we go. 30%, and do a mid-course correction, and I think this will do it. Alright, that was translunar injection. Now we're doing mid-course correction. So for this mid-course correction burn, we're just going to burn a little bit, and then it's done already. Wow, super quick. Really don't know why I didn't ever do those before. Alright, so now, gonna do the burn to get us into lunar orbit. Gonna want it down to around 90 kilometers. So that way we could scout out another landing spot, because I bet you the other landing spot is on the dark side right now. How much you want to bet? You see the little lava flow down there? That will be our landing spot. Didn't determine it yet, though. It was a little bit after this. But you'll see what I'm talking about. Landing right on that, or more like, well, you'll see what happens whenever we hit the lunar surface. And that's the key word there, hit. That's keyword. Got staging coming up here soon. This is like my favorite part of this rocket's flight. Just the staging right here. Just, looks so good. And by the way, I have posted this rocket on the SimpleRockets 2 website. So if you want to check it out, go ahead. Now we're going to be preparing to land the lunar lander. Wow, you wouldn't ever expect us to land a lunar lander, would you? Well, guess what? We're doing the unthinkable, landing a lunar lander. So crazy, I know. Alright, so now we're doing the Get Me on the Moon burn. Now with this Get Me on the Moon burn, it's going to do exactly what it says. Get us on the moon. So I'll probably have to do some practicing before we get to the manned mission. But till then, we're going to do another speed build video. It's going to be for a new lunar lander. One that can actually take humans, and it will be rated for humans. So instead of making those fancy little janky landing legs, I'm going to use legit landing legs. Just because I feel like that'd be a better idea. So, be prepared for that video. When will it come out? I'm going to be recording it later today. Don't know if I'll be able to get it out today as well, but in the case that I do get it out, it'll be nice. So here we are doing our burn to get onto the moon. Or we've already done the burn. Now I'm just doing a lunar descent slow down burn. So we will be slower by the time we get to the moon. Hopefully. Hopefully aren't. Well, not good. That's all I gotta say for that. So if we just whack the moon, explode into a million bits, not gonna be good. If we whack the moon and explode a little bit, not the best. So what I need to do here is get this absolutely perfect. Touchdown needs to be perfect. So, I'm actually thinking about the manned mission. I mean, it will be episode 11. So you kind of do have to land someone on the moon. Return? Definitely. Cannot skip the return dart. If we skip that, we're not going to be good. And there we go. Just as I expected. Not good. Oh, guess what? The low rover? Oh. Man. I was really hoping to actually drive the thing. Well, not good. Not so good. So now we're going to take control of Luna 2. And we're going to go get into the lowest Drew orbit I possibly can get into from here. Which will be right about here. Getting really cool with doing an extra burn. There we go. So I guess I could call that a mid-course correction, kind of. So we're coming up on the burn. Gonna do it soon right here. Ooh, that was a voice crack and a half. Alright, burning. You see Drew in the distance there. Alright. Gonna go here. Gonna go do the burn like normal. And, any second now. And go. Bringing our apoapsis down to be almost periapsis. Gonna do this again. Get into an atmosphere skipping kind of thing. That's what I tried to do, an atmosphere skip on this, but the way I'd actually design the craft won't really let me. Only is how stupid I ended up designing the rocket. Well, not the rocket, but the command pod. I designed it absolutely stupidly. Yeah, it wasn't really a good design because it doesn't re-enter heat shield first. Now, if you're hearing that, you're like, well, not good. Yeah, you're right. Not good is right. Very, very right. So I'm going to try to see if I can use a modified D2 command pod instead. So that way, it'll work better. And I will be including the uncoverable docking port. Because if you don't have one of those, what are you doing? Just, I just think those docking ports are pretty cool. Alright, so now what I'm doing is I'm lowering periapsis to the point where it'll hit near, bad English there. I'm lowering it to the point where I will get near the landing beacon. But then I later realized, this is only, this doesn't account for atmospheric, re-entering the atmosphere at all. So I guess you could say atmospheric drag. Because, once again, I missed the landing beacon by a lot. Like, a lot. Alright, so when we hit the atmosphere, ditch it. Alright, ditched. Now we are spinning out of control. Trying to just deploy the parachutes to try to get kind of stable, which isn't working. As you can tell, this is not working at all. But we return to the surface. That's all that really matters. Back at the surface on Drew. So now that we're coming back to the Drew surface, be able to rescue our astronaut boy. Here we go. Touchdown, and that was absolutely terrible. But yeah, hope you enjoyed today's moon mission and the epic failure. See you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.